In 1912, a German scientist named Alfred Wegener stood before a room full of experts and proposed something unbelievable. He said the continents weren't fixed, they were moving. Africa and South America had once been joined together and slowly drifted apart over millions of years. At first glance, the idea sounded absurd, but then he showed the evidence. The coastlines fit together like puzzle pieces. The same fossils appeared on continents separated by oceans. Even the rock formations matched. It was a compelling case, but there was one problem. Wegener couldn't explain how continents moved, and without that answer, most scientists rejected his idea. Not because they were unintelligent, because the idea didn't fit everything they thought they already knew. Nearly 50 years later, new discoveries beneath the oceans led to the theory of plate tectonics. Wegener had been far closer to the truth than almost anyone realized. So here's the question. If brilliant scientists could dismiss an idea that was largely correct, what does that say about the rest of us? Most people think intelligence protects you from believing something false. It doesn't. Sometimes it does the opposite, because being smart doesn't automatically make you better at finding the truth. Sometimes it makes you better at defending the beliefs you already have. Imagine two people read the exact same article. The first person finishes and says, "See, I knew I was right." The second person reads the very same article and smiles. "This proves I was right too." Same facts, same evidence, two completely different conclusions. How is that possible? Because your brain isn't always searching for the truth. Sometimes it's searching for confirmation. We like to imagine our minds work like judges, carefully listening to both sides, weighing the evidence, then making a fair decision. But psychologists have found our brains often behave more like lawyers. A judge asks, "What's true?" A lawyer asks, "How can I defend my client?" And when that client is one of your own beliefs, your brain can become surprisingly persuasive. Psychologists call this motivated reasoning. Instead of asking, "Am I wrong?" your mind quietly asks, "How can I prove I'm right?" Here's the surprising part. Smarter people often know more facts. They're better at spotting flaws in arguments, better at debating, better at explaining their ideas. Those are incredible skills. But they can also become powerful tools for defending a belief instead of questioning it. Think of intelligence like a race car. In the right direction, it gets you to the truth faster. In the wrong direction, it simply helps you get lost more efficiently. You see this everywhere. An investor keeps pouring money into a failing investment, convinced the next month will be different. A friend ignores obvious warning signs in a relationship because admitting the truth would hurt more than believing another excuse. A researcher spends years building a theory, then new data contradicts it. Instead of updating the model, they find reasons the data must be flawed. The situation changes. The brain's strategy doesn't. And here's why it's so hard to catch in yourself. Changing your mind is surprisingly expensive. It means admitting maybe I wasn't right after all. And for the brain, that can feel like losing a small piece of who you are. The stronger the identity attached to a belief, the higher the cost of letting it go. So the brain finds another way. It builds better arguments. It questions the source. It waits for more evidence that never quite seems sufficient. The people who navigate this best aren't the ones who are never wrong. They're the ones who stay genuinely curious about where they might be wrong. Curiosity asks, "What am I still missing?" Ego asks, "How do I win?" One keeps learning. The other keeps defending. Alfred Wegener never lived to see his idea accepted. He died on a Greenland expedition in 1930, 30 years before plate tectonics became scientific consensus. History didn't prove he was perfect. It proved that he was willing to keep following the evidence even when it challenged what everyone believed. The most dangerous lie isn't the one someone else tells you. It's the one your own mind is quietly working to protect. If this made you question one belief you were completely certain about, subscribe to Ember and Oak. Every week, one more hidden mechanism shaping the way you think, growing roots before branches.